I'm Marco Nandin, and I'm from Ouray, Colorado, which, is kind of a hovel compared to Telluride, but it's a really beautiful place. And I was nervous when I applied for this because I really didn't think I was gonna get in. I was doing it because I figured, well, that sounds really cool, and I don't know if they're gonna accept me. But I got in, and I had an amazing time, and I learned a lot of things without having to go that far. Um, I did my internship over in Lawson Hill here in Telluride for computer science with this girl called this lady called Susanna Remick, who was an independent contractor in all sorts of fields of computer science. Also, ahead of time, I'm sorry I don't have any visuals. Little bit of irony here. I was in computer science field and I lost all of my images to data corruption. Over the 2 weeks I was working here, I did a lot of different things. I worked in web design. We designed a website for South's Market, which is not really a market. It's more of a food running service so that people in Ridgeway and Telluride can get food from less expensive places and not have to pay, the ridiculous prices like Mountain Market. And I'm not sure if that was... I'm not trying to rag on anyone. Um, we... Yeah. We did data recovery too on some hard drives and not my phones, but we managed to do that successfully. We didn't actually do any work in security, but I had a lot of interest in that. Sorry. And she taught me what she was willing to the point where I asked about some encryption things, and she was like, "I'm not sure if I'm okay giving you that information. I don't know what you'll do with it." And I had to stop asking questions then. We did a lot of hardware repair, which is kind of what I like the most out of everything. We would take apart devices that had broken, make them not broken. It's a bit more complicated than that, but I don't really know how else to explain it. Did the same thing with software. And this one was weird. I did a lot of, well, not a lot. I did a little bit of 3D modeling with her, which was something she was super interested into, and I thought I wouldn't be, but turns out I was. Kind of already explained everything on this slide, got ahead of myself. But also, for you older people in the room, while I was working there, we did a tour video for Neil Young. If you're my age, you probably don't know who that is, but you're not missing out on much. When I heard that I was gonna work in Telluride, I was at first I was kind of actually I was like, what? That's it? That's not that far away. But because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna travel across the continent and like do something like front edge. But it turns out I really didn't have to travel across the continent to do something that would push me. And it turns out I really enjoyed Telluride. It's a really beautiful place. I almost killed myself mountain biking down your mountain. But she advised me against that. Oh, by the way, my host family was also the lady who was in head of the head pinhead. Sarah Holbrook hosted me while I was staying here in Telluride. Yeah. And overall, it was just a really amazing experience, and I want to thank Sarah Holbrook and Susanna Remick for allowing me to do it all. It was a great experience.